Hello, welcome to another one of my art projects, or should I say art project disaster. Now I say disaster knowing that working with resin, there's a high potential for things not going well. So I knew that going in. But my plan is to start all over from scratch. But as I'm starting to take this thing apart, I'm starting to come up with some ideas to use some of this. So let's see where that goes. But first, the stuff that went wrong with this project. I had a specific thing in mind that just didn't seem to be happening, so I wasn't real crazy about the way it was going. Especially in this part here, I don't care for it at all. And I think it was too much turquoise, not enough gold. Now this one here actually came out pretty more like what I was envisioning. But then there was also the matter of running out of resin, and I tried to mix up some more turquoise, but by the time I started using that, the gold and black and bronze had started getting hard, and it just wasn't working. So I started trying to clean it out, thinking I'd just do this one over again. But because I wasn't real happy with this one, I just decided to cut my losses and take what I've learned and try to do it again. So I haven't given up on my idea. It's just first attempt didn't come out well. So I've cut these two panels out, and one curious thing, so I flipped it over and I cut the tack welds, and then I noticed on that the resin, I could peel it right off of the metal. So, and it's still flexible. I just poured this yesterday, and I'm thinking what I might could use with these. One thing I'm thinking, it looks like a butterfly, so I might take some of these other pieces and do something with that, and maybe put some shape to it before it gets real hard. So that's where I'm at, and I just thought this was kind of interesting. And if you're going to make stuff, especially working with resin, things don't always go the way you plan, so you better be prepared. So learn from your mistakes and maybe invent new things from your mistakes. So I don't know about you, but I can't stop seeing a butterfly in here. Well, I'm thinking cut that out. Yeah, I'm on a street. So I should have I had a right hand and I cut another right hand. I should have cut a left hand. So now what can I do? I should have laid them like this. Okay, after regrouping, this is what I came up with. So they're still kind of rough, but I can kind of picture making like a metal butterfly part here, some antenna sticking up, and maybe I'm thinking I'm going to make this to where it could hang in a window. This it's pretty solid color, but if you hold it up to a bright light, you can see through this turquoise a little bit. So I can imagine maybe the body being black, and that might look pretty neat. I'm gonna have to think about it a while. So after thinking about it for a while, this is what I've come up with. Even after a few more mistakes, but I'm not going to point them out anymore. You know, you've probably heard the saying, you learn from your mistakes. Well, I may be approaching the title of genius at this point. But it's all good. At least I keep telling myself that. So I've kind of got a rough body made here, that the wings, I'll glue them on here with some construction adhesive. Okay, so I decided not to use this metal piece once I realized how much it was going to block the light from shining through it. It really didn't look very good at all. So I've come up with this a little piece of wood that I actually ground some grooves in on the side so I could stuff these pieces into it, and then I temporarily glued it on the back side. But what my hopes are is that I'm going to cover this with some clear resin, and I'm thinking once all that gets into all these grooves, I'm going to do it front and back, that's really going to give it a lot of strength. And I went ahead and I'm going to drill some little, well, I'll have to re-drill it, but I've got some little holes here that I'm going to hang it with probably using some fishing line so you won't see it. And then I've got some little antennae here to put in. So I guess the next step is to mix up some resin. I think I'm going to put just a little bit of gold mica powder in it. That's what I used here. This was some gold mica powder and bronze, and just a little bit. So let's see how that goes.